And Slime Daddy, which is a nice, nice start to a Watcher run. Oftentimes you're able to kill the slime boss before it even has a chance to split. Oh. Traded in our 99 gold for 300 gold. Well, in that case, I think we'll start going to this shop. Or we could go to this one. Maybe we'll see what the rest of the act brings. Kind of like this one better. Let's see. Otherwise, we're going 4 combats into an elite, which can be spooky. Let me do something like this. Yeah, I'm going to go for the earlier shop. Be free to eruption next turn. We are not. Yes, we are. Oh, Watcher math. I'm really glad we didn't start with the Watcher this morning. Conspicuous Compiler. Thank you very much for the follow. You mean that eruption? I think this is a 17 damage turn. We have 9 plus 24. Oh no, 9 plus 12. 9 plus 12. Not enough. We can do the eruption for free, though. Doesn't actually do anything here. Never mind. Dungeon Man, what up to you as well? It's a decent start to the good old April Fool's Day over here. We were just talking about that. We're committed to no fooling. Another cut through fate. Give me some scry things? No? Ooh, weave. Oh, weave. Weave? Dolly's Mirror weave? That's ridiculous. And a terrible value proposition. We don't do that. I think we want to remove a strike. Maybe we pick up like a happy flower in there. Ban the fools. I don't know if I've ever banned anybody before. I have the button. Next to everyone's name, I will. There's some admin buttons. We got the trash can that'll delete your message. That's for the puns. Got the timeout. That's for the really bad puns when you need to stop and think about what you just wrote. And then there's the ban button. And it's between Happy Flower and Protect here. The trash button is a way to tell somebody to can it. So I have that's a good one. If I had more punners that I had to delete, maybe that would be the case. But I've got some empty Stream Deck buttons that I'm looking to fill, and I kind of want to fill them with fun, I don't know, quotes or something like that. That would be fun. I found some not too long ago, and I just haven't implemented them yet. I have to stop and take some time to like take down the audio and actually put it on the Stream Deck and everything, make sure it sounds good. Sorry, got a little brain flooded here. That's not even a bad pun though. Like I can't ban that because it's a pretty good pun. Got him. Or 26 bucks back. Chance at a devotion very early. Probably not. That's Slime Daddy. The issue with these divinity cards is always taking the first one, right? The first one is never a good value proposition, but you can't ever take the second one until you take the first one. I think we just do the consecrate for potential like Tri-Centuries fight. There's a 3 elite path on the right-hand side. Probably don't do that, though. You try to take out the Flaming Elite. I think we're in a decent spot to actually do that with Entropic Brew, just kind of hanging out. Munchin Man, thank you for the follow as well. And for all your future puns. I love getting the Eruption upgrade. Turns out, it would have been really nice to get the Weave upgraded. What a turn. The combo's online. Look at 21. It's not so bad. Okay, so we could do 19 damage between Eruption and Consecrate alone. Maybe we see what's in the Entropic Brew to help change our mind. Wait, what is that? Vigilance cut through fate? Sometimes that's pretty good. If we do that, we're stuck in Wrath Stance, and we have to take out this Sentry next turn, though. Maybe that's just a bad idea. I was thinking we would do Swift Potion, Vigilance, Eruption, so we just get an extra 8 block. Otherwise, we just do 11 here. We do that. Oh, Weave, you're so good. I think I'll use this. We'll full block. I mean, most likely... Actually, we got rid of a lot of our days. I was going to say most likely we don't end up with enough cards to actually care about the extra energy, but... maybe we will. Oh, I completely agree. Like, the sentries in general on the Watcher, because you're... I don't know, you're so crippled in being unable to get into Wrath Stance. Like, I feel really nervous about going into Wrath Stance. It'd be interesting to think about killing the middle sentry with Eruption, Wrath Stance, so you have a free turn after that. And then you have 3 turns to kill the sentries. Be an interesting change in the sentry strategy, in my opinion. I don't think you do that, because then you're taking 40 damage, but it could work out. We've seen that card before. I'm so happy you're here today. 14. Hold on. That was a fabulous pun. Warpath, thank you very much for the follow. I wish I like look over. I wish I instead of the trash can, I wish I could upvote this. I want to give you a can't do anything. I'm powerless. You'd probably give him one of these though. Like, come on. Okay, anyway. Let me see if we actually kill this guy. I think we're pretty close this turn. We've got 9, 14, 23, 33, plus a probable 12. Ooh, probable 12 is a little scary. Oh, and we have weave, actually. Hey, we got there. Centennial Puzzle, a power potion. Chance it. Pressure points. We'll take this Protect. How do you guys feel about Smoke Bomb? I feel like Smoke Bomb ends up being that card that I just never take after a certain point. Whoa! Hey, the gift sub. Not so powerless after all. Hey, thank you very much for the gift sub. You conspicuous compiler. Well earned. Well earned. We choose to take one here, we proc the Centennial Puzzle, but I think so. We're very close to a kill this turn. Not guaranteed. Fasting Conclude. Thank you so much. That's very kind. You know it's a sincere thank you because there's no pun in there. Akabeko, sure. Give me that turn 1 conclude. Oh, turn 1 consecrate's about as good with Akabeko. Is there a consensus? Akabeko or Akabeko? Is it a strong B or is it a B? I've never heard someone say one way or the other. We want this. So we have a guaranteed strike next turn to kill this one. We just need something else to kill this guy. Pick up an odd mushroom. Chance at a mental fortress and a flying sleeves. E, not E. What? Eh? Not E? Wait, that doesn't translate. Just heard it on Google Translator. Oh. Let me see if I can get that. There's got to be like a reduction, origin. Do you have to do Google Translator? Detect language. Japanese detected. Translating. Translates to English, Red Becco.
Akabeko.
Nope.
Akabeko.
Not doing that. Nope. Is there a second Dane? Like how sometimes you will see a Second Baptist Church? Well, you can't have your second Dane until you have your first Dane, so here I am. I'm so creative that one of my Path of Exile characters is named Third Dane. because I couldn't really think of another name, so I just kind of kept going down the list. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, you love to see it. Chance at a Fear No Evil as well as a Just Lucky. We're really doubling down on this Weave. Maybe that means that we just upgrade Weave at this point. We have 4 Scry mechanics. I think we upgrade Weave. Gremlin Knob with plus strength. Okay. Did not get our Weave. There's no second Dane. I may have deleted second Dane. I'm thinking to my current season. I'm honestly not sure if there is a second Dane or not. Skip a generation. Yeah, we don't talk about that one. The estranged Dane. Gone. We're close to a kill here, right? We've got 9, 8, 10, 18, 27. We could only guarantee the Weave pull. We kind of can with the Swift Potion. Yes, so we want this, and then we know we have Just Lucky and Strike coming up as well. Got him. Pick up a Nunchaku, that's pretty alright. Lakewater, Crush Joints, and Flurry of Blows. I suppose we'll do a Crush Joints. It's like way too many good upgrades here. We're really hoping for like a golden eye, so we don't have to upgrade all these scry cards to scry deeper into the deck. I think going into the slime boss fight and Act 2, we want Conclude upgraded. We want a lot of stuff upgraded here, but this scry 1 is so bad. It's just a Weave activator at this point. That is it. All right. Weave once again just hanging out on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, the very bottom of the deck. Nice. All right, so we have Conclude, Weave, and Cut Through Fate for next turn, so we can actually hang on to the Swift Potion. Good fight. Colorless Potion. Ooh. Oh, these are some options. Deus Ex Machina, Spirit Shield, and Lesson Learned. I love taking a Lesson Learned, especially considering how many cards we have to upgrade here. These are both great too. I want all of these. Plus we have a lot of scry to actually get through to the Lesson Learned. Yeah, I like it too much. Instead of Calling Bell, a Sacred Oh My Dog. Ectoplasm. guess we just end up going 3 energy. I was thinking we would almost take any 4 energy relic, but ectoplasm is kind of a non-starter for me. I don't know, I have a really hard time with it. We do already have like the old coin plus 256 Spire bucks banked. So if there was ever a time, it's when you're up this much. But kind of hate it. There is a world where we sometimes just take Calling Bell, though, with this much scry. Just deal with the curse by discarding it. Maybe we'll try that. Hope for something amazing. Just the best rare relic you could think of. Tungsten Rod. Tori's up there, too. Ooh, we have Akabeko plus Bag of Marbles. Now that is a combo. White Beast statue as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Probably worth it. These are top tier relics. Yeah, Calling Bell now has its own special curse, so it's very much like the Necronomicon curse, where you can't ever remove it from your deck. But for the curse, you get 3 relics. You get 1 common relic, 1 uncommon relic, and 1 rare relic. So if you have Omamori, it does block Calling Bell, and then it becomes a pretty good get, actually. I think we'll do some elite hunting here. We're in a good place with Bag of Marbles, Akabeko, and having a Conclude upgraded, as well as Consecrate in our deck. I feel okay about it. Whether or not we're able to actually block, I think, is a different question. We didn't pick up much of a block kit here, or we're looking to kill things quickly, which I think we can do. But whether or not we can actually get this lesson learned off, I think will be tricky. See how things go. Never know. Balloon Brigade, good morning to you as well. Teen, eh? Teen. To think about this, actually, because these values are being shown with Akabeko, which we won't have anymore after this. So this is 4 damage, and this is 5, I think. Maybe we just go for the random card here. We do want Protect for next turn. I am not in New York. No, Terrence MHS, who also streams Slay the Spire, is out of New York. No, I don't know about safe, but I am far removed from the goings-on of New York in the Midwest of the U.S. But thank you for the well wishes. I am, as you can tell, I am working from home as of right now. If it wasn't obvious. Vigilance. Ohio. I was in Cleveland like a year and a half ago. It was a wild place, man. We were doing a workshop at the Cleveland Clinic. We stopped in for, forget how long we were there, a couple days. But yeah, the Cleveland Clinic kind of scared me, honestly. So we were at this workshop and we were there all day, and we were walking back so we had to walk back to our hotel for lunch and at the end of the workshop for the day. And in both instances, there were like cops basically just there to protect the clinic workers as they were walking around. And it's a big city, there's cops around, but it was like a disproportionate number of cops, and they all had their own like little vehicles that they were sitting in, and they weren't clinic cops, they were actual police officers. And I was like, oh, this is okay. This is a thing. It's spooky-ish, but they get by, I guess. Anyway. My Cleveland story, I guess. Dude, we didn't get weave. I keep digging really hard for this weave, and it's just not coming. Weave? Please. I need weave. They built the hospital in one of the most disenfranchised parts of town. Honestly, that was pretty obvious just from being there for a very short period of time. There's like whenever we left for lunch, we just got in an Uber and went to lunch or whatever. There was like, as soon as we left the clinic grounds proper, it was very impoverished for sure. But anyway, we had I had kind of an interesting interaction with our Uber driver one time. And so we got this Uber and it was late at night. We were going out for dinner, and I get in the front seat with the Uber driver, and there's a bunch of people in the back seat. And he starts trying to talk sports to me. And I'm not much of a sports guy. Like, I like basketball, that's about it. But he starts talking to me about football. I don't really know football. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, Cleveland Browns, I don't know. Sure. And but then I say something about I said I'm more of a basketball guy, and he goes, oh, okay. And I go, yeah, you guys have won some championships, and then I mentioned LeBron. The man, I've never seen someone hate someone so much. That man hates LeBron James, and I thought it was going to be a good thing. I'm like, you guys got LeBron, you got some championships out of this. On the way to dinner, the Uber driver takes a detour, and they don't usually do this. He takes a detour off of the path. He goes, I need to show you this, because I knew that there was a building that had a LeBron James like painting or poster on it or something like that. It's this huge, like 3-4 story building with a big LeBron James poster on it. But this was after he left. So I was like, oh, what's in place of that? So he takes us off the route to show me the side of this building. He was so mad he had to show me. So he goes to this road, and it's like a 4-lane road, 2 and 2. He stops in the middle of this busy downtown intersection, stops the car, like not like a 5-mile-an-hour crawl, goes to 0, stops the car and points at this wall, and he shows me this man that they've replaced LeBron James with. And I don't remember the story. It was like some dude who this one bridge was named after, who's like the worst person ever. It's like the only person they could have found that was worse than LeBron James to put on the side of this building. I'm like, okay, dude, just drive the car, because there's like people trying to go around us. Like, we're in the middle of this intersection. He stops 0. Let me tell you though, I respect the hustle. At the end of the Uber ride, 5 stars. That was a 5-star experience. You could not talk to me. You could stop in the middle of the road, cause a traffic jam, cause people to honk, and go on and on and on about this random ass man that I don't know. 5 stars. Respect the hustle. Ontario Street. All right. I don't remember. Yeah. It was Ontario Street. I don't know. That's my Cleveland story. Which was a really nice delay of game, so I can actually think about what we're going to do here to not die. I think we just always take a ton of damage here. So if Conclude ends up doing its actual 16 damage, we can weave Conclude this guy. Then we have Eruption Flying Sleeves Conclude to knock out this guy, and we take 28. Muted? What do you mean muted? It's like I just went through this huge story. I better not be muted. Okay, I think I know the play. Ouch. Weave, I love you, but you're coming in late. A lot. Wait, did I not get lesson learned off there? Whoops. I don't know, maybe we're leading on 19 exactly. Nice. Maybe we're leaning on the weave a little too much. We need multiple copies, I guess, is the point. But when it works, it works. Ooh, wave of the hand. Yep. Just always take a wave of the hand. It's tough for me to imagine a deck where you don't want wave of the hand. It would have to be... Honestly, I don't know what it would have to be. That means we can take the liquid memories. Uh-oh. $30 damage. Yeah. Oh, baby. Strike plus. Well, sometimes strike. Well, we're drawing it here, right? So, yeah, sure. I think that's fine. We could liquid memories back the empty body if we have to. Or we could just take the cut through fate and get a kill here. Because if, well... In an alpha deck? I don't know. Like, even in an alpha deck, you need to get to the point where Omega is in play. And if you can apply, you know, 32 stacks of weak somewhere in between alpha and Omega, it's pretty good for the heart fight. It also helps you remove artifact charges from any number of fights. Don't even Deca, the Act 4 elites. I still think Wave of the Hand has some really nice options. Man, when we get the weave, everything just works. When we don't, kind of doesn't. I'm going to do the empty body. Oh, talk to the hand. No, no, no. No, no, no. All right. Good fight. Pick up a strength potion and a chance at omniscience. Really tough to say no to omniscience. We do have 4 energy coming in from Nunchaku and Happy Flower. It is a curse some of the time. A lot of the time? Some of the time. Missing that one upgrade on Lesson Learned was a decent sized mistake. We got a strike and third eye upgraded so far. The third eye hit was fantastic. I think that was last fight. But if only we'd hit one more. I think most future versions of this deck want the omniscience. Hey, Hey. Oh, we get a boat thingy? Another rare relic. I'm gonna go here. Where are we going? I wanted to go to this shop, but now I'm looking at it. Yeah, we can't get over there. I like this late shop better. So if we're going from here to here, means maybe we're going to this elite? Could go here and try to do 2 combats, 2 elites in a row. Sometimes that's okay. I feel like getting an upgrade on lesson learned here is somewhat important. Could also just do the omniscience to guarantee our ability to actually play it. Also wave of the hand. There's too many good upgrade targets here, which probably means that it's just lesson learned and we go hunting for some combats. Okay. Oh my. The Foresight, and it's on sale. Also orange pellets too. Can't do Foresight, orange pellets, and a card remove though. So can we do that either? I mention this every once in a while. I feel like it would be an interesting idea if they were to allow you to sell your potions in the shop. It's kind of the one thing that you could implement here. And it's not for full value, like maybe 1/4 the value of whatever they're randomly associated or semi-randomly associated in the shop. That would be cool. If you could just sell your strength potion for like, 10 gold, 15 gold, it could be worth it for you to hit a breakpoint on like this combo. That said, with orange pellets, we don't have any powers really, except for this Foresight we're going to pick up. So maybe it's just worth it to remove a strike at this point. Well, we're always doing this. There's no way around that. Orange pellets is boring? No. Orange pellets is amazing. Yeah. We are going into the champ fight too. There's a lot of debuffs there. I think that's good. You gotta love when that happens. I feel like that doesn't happen all that often. Start every combat with a skill in our hand. Sometimes this third eye would be really good to have. Every combat. Scrying 5 at the start of every combat seems good. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the most amazing thing here, but if we're going to the heart fight, if we're going to a champ fight, maybe some tri-slavers, there's situations where orange pellets is worth it. Thinking way ahead. Also just the sapphire key though. It would have been interesting to bottle the omniscience, but I think it's a waste most of the time. Okay, we're gonna go combat heavy, so I'm gonna take a nap here and see if we can get some lesson learned off. Ooh. I think these are good. Oh, orange pellets already activating. Let's see, we have 12 block here. Defend is okay. Well, we do have a kill. And we have lesson learned coming around too. We just take the kill and then we slow roll the mystic. Always this. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? The biggest thing we need to do is like cycle through the deck. So we'll keep the scry stuff intact. Sure. This is too much now? No fooling? All right, let's see if we can get our lesson learned here. No. Sometimes this. A cut through fate upgraded. Chance at an empty fist, another just lucky. I don't think we'll do that. We need our second copy of Weave to really put this online. Also, like I talked to the hand to allow the Weave combo, Scry combo to work. Upgraded empty fist is kind of tempting. I don't think we need it though. We'll hang on to the strength pot. We've been hanging on to this power potion since I don't even know when. I think since the beginning of the run. Yo, actually got Weave. Probably not. really close to a kill next turn. We are always drawing cut through, or sorry, defend with cut through fate, so we'll get weave back too. Oh, what a turn. So we want to dig with Third Eye and cut through fate for lesson learned. It's here. Okay, we did not get it. Okay. That's fine. We want some of this kit. Please. Get our vigilance upgraded. Give me that weave. Ooh, talk to the hand. Talk to the hand and vault. Do talk to the hand, though. We do have the Nalas gift to potentially pull vault again in the future. Not having Wave of the Hand upgraded is starting to become a small problem. Probably a good thing for us to proc that orange pellets this turn. Yeah. Ooh, double talk to the hand for 1 energy. It's got to be the play, right? See, that would have been 6 turns of weak, if only. Sometimes this. Okay, getting hit for 16. Flying Sleeves is pretty good. It's 8 block. Assuming it doesn't cost 3. Oh, wait. Very close to just lesson learned. Nice. Territory. Boop. Our Crush Joints upgraded. So to evaluate empty body and indignation, I'll say no to all those. We have a Wave of the Hand here. We probably don't use Eruption on turn 1. I guess we can pick the card that we don't play. So if we had Talk to the Hand, that's 22, 50 damage on its own. So that's enough to kill the back Slaver, which means that we're not playing Eruption this turn. So we are doing this. No weave. This is okay for next turn. Oh, we had Akabiko. All right, I mismathed that then. Fable Fox, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Some more scry, please. Kind of works. Worth it to take one here. I don't think so with Conclude coming up next turn. Ooh. This will take 2 instead. What did that upgrade? I wasn't actually looking. Blank sleeves? Our omniscience count is about at 0, unfortunately. Let's see, if we go into Wrath stance, we have 9, 21, 31 damage, so we don't actually have a kill here with it. Thought we were closer than that. Got him. Pick up a pen nib, swift potion, and hey, another chance at a spirit shield. Sure. Just generally like spirit shield quite a lot. So we were looking to do a wave of the hand upgrade. Maybe. Alternatively, the Spirit Shield upgrade is pretty fantastic. With a couple of retain cards. Am I afraid my boss is tuning into the stream? I don't think my boss knows how to use a computer that well. I have a good story about that. But keep it pretty short. So it's like 70. I think he's going to be 71 this year. And long story short, he had our IT guy, our admin, get him a new computer because his computer was full. And what he actually meant by his computer being full was that his desktop had so many shortcuts and icons and pictures on it, he didn't have room to put anything else on the desktop. And instead of just removing shortcuts and pictures and crap from his desktop, he said, my computer's full, I need a new one. So he wasn't out of hard drive space or anything. He was out of space on his desktop to put more garbage. So if he can figure out twitch.tv/FirstDane, I'll just be proud of him at that point. It really was fantastic. It was a very special moment. I don't remember. Actually, you know what? I don't remember if he ended up getting that. I'm seeing if we can use omniscience here. I don't think we can. If he ended up getting that extra computer or not, or new computer, there's a very, very real possibility it did happen. Yeah, I think that's an issue, isn't it? With like, I don't know. I run into that a lot where you kind of have two options in the modern workplace because you're in a mixed bag. You're with a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities. Kind of is what it is. And I find myself kind of struggling with the idea that because I'm pretty proficient with a computer, if I sit there and work as fast and hard as I possibly can on some of these projects, I'll be done in a very short period of time, making it seem like I don't have that much work to do. But in reality, I've just been really efficient with my computer usage in comparison to my colleagues. So it's kind of a, I don't know, kind of a catch-22. If you sit there and do nothing, you're not working and you are actually being really inefficient with your time. But if you work too fast, then you just end up with all this extra work to do. It's not really fair. So omniscience is maybe just a curse now. How does this work? Does the scry... I actually don't know this interaction. If you cut through fate with 0 cards in your draw pile, but you draw 1, have you effectively scryed, or does scry like fizzle because you can't scry the top part of your deck? Because there is no top part of your deck. Let me science this for me. Okay, so it doesn't work. Weave, my good friend. So we have no more exits if we go into Eruption here, but we do have... we have a fair amount of our scry package yet to go. The champ is already on 14 metallicize and will be made weak here. At some point we just kind of need to go. Admittedly, somewhat spooked. Just exit though. Let's exit. We'll let it spin one more time. Ah, he's buffing. That was wrong. So if he's buffing now, I guess the question is, do we have to use the power potion? It's kind of late in the fight, but we could pick up something decent to help us through. We're falling really far behind in this champ fight due to the extra metallicize you got down. Battle Hymn's pretty scary. It's nice with the Spirit Shield, but we kind of need maybe just Mental Fortress for some block. We're not stance dancing that much, but we do have an empty body in the deck. Kind of helps. Power, attack, skill. So I guess we have to ask if we want to put him below half here, and I think the answer is just no. This is way too much damage. We'll wait for a better turn. If we could get him below half here, though, if we can pull like an eruption this turn, this would be ideal, because we've wiped away all of the debuffs. Hey. Pretty good. And we have flying sleeves for talk to the hand. Yeah, we've got to go here. And also omniscience, but we don't do that. Okay. If we take a hit, we proc Centennial Puzzle, but we'll have Happy Flower and a Swift Potion for next turn. Having the Weave package online here is a huge get for us. So this is our draw basically next turn. And we have Pen Nib. I think we just go for the kill then. Which means we never get around to Lesson Learned, though. Well, there's one chance. there's one single draw where we could get Lesson Learned. Oh, it was yellow. I thought maybe. Gambler's Brew, Master Reality, Spirit Shield, and Scrawl. Well, Master Reality doesn't do anything for us, I think, at all. Spirit Shield for block. Scrawl also kind of for block. So we can pull Spirit Shield. I don't love Scrawl so much when it's not upgraded, and we're on 3 energy, though. Times we Scrawl. Runic Dome, Coffee Dripper, and an empty cage. I guess we have to ask, like, if we were to do the empty cage, what would we actually get rid of? Some strikes, maybe? I guess the other question is if we can get away with Coffee Dripper. I guess we have Blood Vial for some healing. I do think we need the 4th energy. Helps so much with Scrawl. We can always put Omniscience online. We have Happy Flower and Nunchaku for 5 energy every once in a while. Alright, I'm going to roll the dice with the coffee dripper. It's a bit scary, honestly. We don't have any other innate healing in the deck, so... So we want to take a late chop if we can, but there aren't really any. Unless we went down this really elite heavy path on the left-hand side. Again, depending on draw, sometimes we can do that. Get away with it. Also, sometimes we just die. We could take like a no elite path that's that's interesting. Wonder if you ever do that. We get a lot of extra campfires and sapphire key here. You could start down here, go to an early shop, and then make some decisions as we go. I'm gonna play the scared path because of coffee dripper. Okay, so we're still looking for another copy of Weave if we can pull it, which we cannot here. Sash Whip doesn't really make sense in the context of Wave of the Hand, Talk to the Hand. Again, we need to get Wave of the Hand upgraded for that to really be the case, but I don't think we want that. Pass on the other Cut Through Fate. I think we'll hang on to these two potions. Shop before the shop. How about this for a second? So we could choose to take a waffle here. Waffle and hard remove is pretty okay. Reach Heaven is also pretty good. So we could do Reach Heaven and remove a strike. So the waffle I like a lot with the coffee dripper just because, well, it's effectively what? 5, 12 HP. Wow. 10, because we're going to gain, or lose 2 from Blood Vial in the next combat. Yeah, I think we just do this. Get a nice heavy hitting attack that I think we're lacking. And probably call it good. Like Water is actually a really nice target for our Omniscience. Every once in a while, that's pretty decent. We do only have one way into Calm, though. So that's the huge downside of Like Water right now. It is another target for Orange Pellets. That's pretty good. I don't know, though. try it, I guess. Yo, 15 gold for a red mask? Alright. So if we use our Miraclear to Flying Sleeves plus Conclude, we effectively block 11 versus just defend. And then we're okay next turn, probably with Captain's Wheel. We take quite a lot of damage here, though. Yo, Tori! Sorry, I'm almost done with this. Shimmering Fury Plus is probably a no. It is another way into Wrath form, so or Wrath stance. We only have one way into Wrath, one way into Calm right now, which is maybe a big downside of the deck, but biggest thing ever, or that we could get is a second copy of Weave, I think. I don't really want this. Liquid Memories is tempting, but I'm gonna hang on to the 2 potions we have. If things go really well here, we could think about this other elite. It would be a way for us to get Omniscience into play for basically free. A Rare Relic. Upgrade all cards. We can no longer heal ever. To Normality. I don't think we played Spirit Shield a single time since I picked it up. I like it now that we have this scrawl, though. Oh, we were meant to save that for next turn. brain is on the food in front of me. Ooh, what's in our draw pile? So we could probably Omniscience like water here if we really wanted to, but I think we're close to just killing it outright with the Through Violence and Eruption coming around. Sometimes we just get the kill here. We're very close. Oh, we definitely got it. Empty body, a pocket watch is fantastic. Chance at an empty mind as well. We will take that for the card draw. Good morning, afternoon, or evening to you as well, depending on your regionally appropriate greeting. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna bring this back and the refill. All right, sorry about that. 6 p.m. That is +7. That is Eastern Europe. One of the Scandinavian countries, I think. Where's the music? Is it just quiet the whole time I was gone? All right. Whoops. Maybe we should Akabiko flying sleeves. Maybe. Germany, Central Europe. Oh, man. I bet. My girlfriend went to a wedding in France one time, a couple years ago now. And that was +6. So that's like my basis for the entire European time zone, because that's the only one I really have memorized. Unless it was +7? No. Couldn't have been. +0 is pretty common European time zone for English speakers. I would suppose that's true. I'm trying to think, like, I've never been to Europe, so I don't have like a good mental gauge on the goings on there, but I mean, I'm guessing like all of Europe can speak English to some degree. That's my basic understanding from people who I know that have traveled there. Ooh, we do want that. Sure. Good turn. Not really? Oh my god. I know nothing. Oh no. Which parts? Well, I don't know if that's fair to say. Where would you say that? Like, what's a place that doesn't speak English, really? Actually really close to just a kill here if we want it. Depends on if we're farming our lesson learned or not. Say not. So we're at full block and we get pen nib, or excuse me, pocket watch for next turn, or we can conclude for extra damage. The damage might be relevant considering lesson learned is coming around and eventually we'll be attacked for quite a lot. If you're in an academic circle, everybody does. Okay. Really? I guess I could see Poland for some reason. Okay. I'm on board with that. I don't know why exactly, like in my mind, Poland makes sense, but it does. We have pen nib for our next attack if we, well, next attack after the next one if we want it, but we still don't get there with through violence and lesson learned. Actually pretty close if we had gone into Wrath Stance next turn, or last turn, which we couldn't have done. Be close to a kill. I guess we scroll then. Because we have to fish around to lesson learned once more. Oh yeah, I can totally see that. Like if it's your grandparents, you gotta respect the language. That makes total sense. What is this, 45? We're blocking for 45. Really don't need this damage. Wait, what? I may have missed math there. Please? Well, hey, now we can just lucky to scry for one, though. Oh, God. Oh, last card. Get our just lucky upgraded. Just lucky, I guess. Advantage of Portugal, but we don't have movies. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Why do you think that is? Is it like a relatively... What's the population of Portugal? It's pretty small, isn't it? I have no context for like any of this. 10.29 million as of 2018. Okay. So that's like... It's about the population of New York. Texas is way too big. Probably just New York. Oh, maybe Florida. Learning a lot here. Texas was like 25, 28 million. Florida's 21 million. California was like almost 40 million people. That's so many people. Oh, there you go. Really? I'm surprised there's not more voiceovers with Brazil then. Like, don't get me wrong, I've spent some time in GeoGuessr, so I can sometimes spot Portuguese because, you know, like 10% of the GeoGuessr guesses are in Brazil. Thinking about this Deus Ex Machina and whether or not we actually want it. I think we're fine on energy. Now that we have the coffee dripper. They have a lot of voiceovers. So that it doesn't translate to go from those VOs to... it's the golden eye I wanted. Tranquility at this point. Our sapphire key. Say Triforce complete. I'm just gonna manually do the wave of the hand. It's too good, especially going into the bird with arms fight. We absolutely need the wave of the hand for that fight. You guys are not supposed to be hanging out together. It's actually a problem. No, we do want this for next turn. Beauty of Steam Link. I didn't actually manage to pick one of those up when they were on super sale. They went on sale for like $4 or $5. I did pick up a Steam controller that I've yet to use. It's sitting in a box behind me. Unfortunately. I even think it's pretty good. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I have no experience really with... I don't know, that's such an interesting problem. Huh. I feel so far removed from all of those goings-on. Like, here we just have TV, and it's just TV. There's really no problem, like, at all. Nice, what a nice little non-issue to have. I've never thought about it. Huh. So we could talk to the hand down. So you play specific games on your phone. Oh, Steam Link is a free app now? Oh. Wait, do I have that? I think I have that. I just have never used it. I do have it. I can start playing right now. Can you do... No. Can you do this from... How close do you have to be to your computer for this to work? Do you have to be on the same network? Or can you hook up to your own Steam if your computer's on at home? Like, could I do this at work? I've never tried. Same network? What's the problem with TV? We were talking about basically the issues with TV in European countries, and we got started on the subject because we were talking about oh my, how do we get out of this fight? How widespread English is, and what places of Europe could you go to and have a really hard time if you only spoke English, because that's me. That's funny. You know what the strangest thing was for me is, like, so when I never watched much anime when I was a kid, but watching, like, hold on. Sure. Watching Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, and then having someone show me the actual not English version kind of broke my brain a little bit, and I was like, wait a second, I thought this was an English show. That's kind of my only experience with it, though. Look, at a certain point, they've got to stop buffing. I can't block for 20, dude. It's impossible. Do we dump 40 into this guy just so we can get out of this fight at some point? Probably, right? Even though we have the kill on this guy. Do that. What a spooky fight. I saw somebody post somewhere that what was it, Cartoon Network or something is it dead now? Is that the thing? They were all sad about Cartoon Network, and I don't know what they were sad about. Wait, did I do this wrong? We defend, attack. Still take 0. Okay. Ooh, this is tricky. The spikers are just the bane of the Watcher's existence. What am I supposed to do, dude? Get me out of here. Alright, Distilled Chaos. No. Crescendo is another way into Wrath's Dance. We only have one. I think the worst part about Crescendo at this point in the game is having to play Crescendo. You know what I mean? Or draw Crescendo, rather. I think I want to draw it. We've been hanging on to these potions the entire act, too. Oh, this is just death. Cold, painful death. Cartoon Network is going strong? Alright, I don't know. Twitter's a weird place. I don't know what to believe anymore. What was, oh man, what was the other... I can't remember now. It was like a couple weeks ago. There was some trending hashtag, which was like... I don't remember the specifics, but it was like the second coming of something, and I don't remember what it was. Like something terrible 2 And I don't remember what it was. So, and I was like, what do you mean? There's a second whatever? So I clicked on the trending thing, and they're like, oh no, it's like a meme. Like, we're just kidding. What the what is wrong with you people? How are you gonna sit there and kid about like this terrible thing happening? But hey, that's kind of just the internet in general. Yes. Want this. Talk to the hand, or excuse me, wave of the hand and reach heaven. This is actually a really good turn for us. Scrawl is okay. So through violence gets us through some future turn. So we're gonna hang out here. And we have Pen Nib coming online too. Assuming we draw it. Lakewater might be too slow. Ideally, we just want to go into Wrath Stance. Did I pass on Wrath Stance this fight? I must have. Guess we have to use our Protect. We have through Violence next turn. Empty Mind is pretty good. So maybe we do want Spirit Shield with Empty Mind. Ooh, and Eruption. Yeah. Attack on Titans. I had some friends try to get me into Ghost in the Shell, which was kind of a big one at the time anyway. And I don't know, it never quite worked for me. I never got into it. But you know, to each their own. If it's your favorite one ever, that's cool. I can't really tell you why it didn't work for me. It just didn't really work for me. Yo, save Pen Nib? Yeah. So yeah, like a very, very, very small amount of Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. And that might kind of be it. I feel like there's one more I'm not thinking of. I know there is. I can picture it, but I don't know the name of it. It was forever ago. It was when I was a teenager. That's the problem. It's like, oh, wait, that was 20 years ago now. Ugh. My best advice ever is to don't grow up. Just don't. It's not worth it. Do we need the 15 HP here? Take Writhe. Be our second curse in a 33 card deck. Really like to take this if we had a bag of prep. We just don't. Do have a pocket watch. Sometimes makes up for it. But outside of that, yeah, that was kind of it growing up. I don't know. Never really got into it. Probably Spirit Shield at this point. All right, we'll see if we can get a lesson learned off. Delicioso. So we wanted to Omniscience Lakewater. Even in the Bird with Arms fight, it's totally worth it to have 14 block every turn when we have a Wave of the Hand coming around. I feel like we can't afford to just not play it here, even though we are not in Calm Stance yet. See what's in this box. We do have Tranquility and Cut Through Fate if we want it. I was hoping to use Akabeko plus Pen Nib for like a turn 1 conclude, kill all the birds kind of situation. But that's just not here. $28 damage. Alright, let's scrawl turn 1 then. Maybe we still get conclude. Alright. We do not, but we do get an instant kill on this bird. So maybe we strike it. So if we strike it, then we can do our Weave, Cut Through Fate. Just lucky nonsense to maybe kill this one, or get close to it. But if we do that, then we have 1 energy left. With which we cannot do that much. So we take some damage this turn. But I'm willing to bet that it saves us quite a lot of HP in the coming turns. Probably. Okay, so we can kill this bird with just a strike. Or we can use Farsight. Or Tranquility for, excuse me, Lake Water for Tranquility next turn. Let's do that. Okay. Omniscience is not particularly good here. I think the, if I had to be slightly critical, I think the Omniscience pickup has been super, super lackluster. Are late. Wouldn't it just be omniscience? What? I don't think so. We can Google it if you'd like.
Omniscience.
There you go. According to Google.
Omniscience.
It's kind of like saying perseverance is perseverance. Not quite. Oh, what a turn. These spirit shields with Pocket Watch are incredible. Oh, I think I forgot to crush joints there. Oh, the autopilot. Autopilot is too strong. Yeah, I missed some damage, but hey, we got 16 weak on. That's pretty good. Pen Nib. Bother with the Foresight? Sure. if anything, we get it out of the draw pile, which is nice. I think where we maybe run into issues is with not having Wave of the Hand on turn 1 after the second phase, at the start of the second phase. We'll use Wave of the Hand because 13 weakness just wasn't enough, I guess. Okay, Penib, sure. Which is this? Is 1836. We are on 33. I don't know. I think that works out. Pew. Still striking for value. Yikes. Okay. Really looking for our vigilance. Because I don't want to empty body here. We only get +3 block effectively. Which means that maybe none of this is worth it. Wave of the Hand to go to 36. Weakness. Oh, Tori. Forgot about Tori. I think, doesn't Lesson Learned work here? I always forget how this works. Oh, it looks like we don't actually get to do it anyway. I feel like if you kill the bird in the first phase, it counts as a kill. It only works at the end. I feel like I had an interaction recently that made me think it was different. You could be right. To me, it makes sense that it would not work. Let's get rid of that guy. Now we need to get back to, yeah, Wave of the Hand. And we did not. Even close. So we could Omniscience Spirit Shield, which is pretty okay. And we get rid of Omniscience finally. Oh, there it is. I think that's the exact interaction. I'm pretty sure it was with Feed, where I had to get a kill on the bird. Look at that. Good find. Eat this. We don't have Talk to the Hand. Okay. Spooky. It's kind of amazing how much we're struggling now that we don't have Talk to the Hand down. We do have a copy right there coming around. Take 1. Thank you, Tori. Tori saved us so much HP this fight. I'm maybe undervalued it previously. At least for this deck. Not in general. In general, Tori's amazing. What? What? These guys are clowns, man. Good stuff, good stuff. Sorry, my apartment complex messaged us and we're saying that they're gonna that they're a small company. First of all, they're not. And that they're willing to waive the credit card fees for us paying rent while so many millions are out of work. That's so honorable. They've got like 6 buildings they're building around our complex right now. First ever boss was Awake One. So glad to finally beat the game. Then phase 2 happened. Oh wait, it's the second coming of the bird. Oh. It's a pretty cool fight. Finally get back around to Vigilance again. Only have to pay 400? Dang. That is quite fortunate. Oh. Well, that's... never mind. It's not quite as good as I had originally thought. I don't know what's happening anymore. This fight's going so slow. Sure. Honestly, I actually think we could have ditched the Wave of the Hand too. 12 stacks. I got it. It better be enough. Let's get rid of it. Oh wait, that's worse. I guess this is why we're staying in calm stance forever, though. Keep calm and carry on. Stay calm. We have done it. Wait. All right, Bird. That was a good turn for us. Just have to get back around to lesson learned. Hey. Wait a second. I don't want to draw the lesson learned here, so we'll take the strike, I guess. much do we believe? Oh, we believe. And I think that means we get 22. We get a pen nib proc for next fight too. Ding ding ding. Our talk to the hand upgraded. All right, this is a medium spice factor fight for us. We need to get Wave of the Hand down. Fortunately, we removed 2 charges of artifact on turn 1. It's pretty good. Strangely, I think the Time Eater is my least favorite boss to go against as well. I can't entirely tell you why. I don't think he's the worst. Well, I do think he's the worst, but I don't know, it just ruins way too many decks. I don't like being that limited on my number of cards to be played. Like, I really like the Pocket Watch interaction for limiting cards, but the Time Eater thing, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. Can't totally explain it. Ooh, maybe we were meant to ditch all of that so we could have a better block turn and proc Pocket Watch. So either we take Pocket Watch here, or we take Just Lucky and get into Calm Stance for our Like Water. We are still looking to do Omniscience into Like Water. I think Dono and Deca is my favorite Act 3 fight. They scale up really fast, and they don't ever stop doing damage to you, but sometimes that's a positive if you have like a spot weakness or what have you. There's some cool interactions with Corpse Explosion and stuff. There's ways around this fight that I like more so than the Time Eater in particular. Bird with Arms, you can also kind of play around with that. Using our Pen Nib and Akabiko on Just Lucky feels so dirty though. We could do Eruption, Just Lucky, Miracle, Tranquility. Sure. Centennial Puzzle with Spirit Shield is pretty good. Okay, so do we ever take 1 here for the Pocket Watch proc? If we don't, we do an extra 14 damage. I think we need to go for the setup. In particular, like I said earlier, the Wave of the Hand. Plus we have Foresight in play now. Yeah, we'll take the 1. And toot toot, we got a boat thingy. Do actually get to Omniscience the Like Water if we want it. We do. We get both of them out of our draw pile. And we get a Pocket Watch proc for next turn. All good things. Plus Wave of the Hand next turn. Oh yeah, this is way too good. Well, no. Okay, we do not have Weave in the discard pile. Well, sometimes talk to the hand now, yeah? We could empty body to get the talk to the hand down, but then it's not quite. That's just kind of awkward. We lose our 2 like waters, and I think those are too good to pass up. I've already broken pocket watch, so I'm gonna ditch the flying sleeves, get rid of the plated armor and such. Oh my. That's a turn. Whew. Oh, well, we could have just played defend. Oh well. This is why pocket watch is so important in this fight. I think the dazed cards are an under-respected component of this fight. Okay, that's really good progress on Donu. It's still painfully slow. This turn does not spark joy. Agreed. Pet Nib, unupgraded Consecrate for 10 whole damage is pretty bad. I really want to save this talk to the hand for Deca later. So we either flying sleeves here, get rid of 2 plated armor, or we take the pocket watch for next turn. We have Happy Flower next turn as well. We are just going to hang on to the flying sleeves. This turn, though. This turn, we do some things. So we have 7, 8, 9. We do not have enough for the Pen Nib on Donu, but maybe we do if we end up with a card from Scrawl. Reach Heaven's not amazing. We could go for Pen Nib, Flying Sleeves. That'd be okay. Don't have crushed joints down though. We do Pen Nib crush joints. Kinda hurts. It's only 4 less damage, but it'll be more than 4 damage if we just do flying sleeves right after that. So this has got to be correct. Make sure we do this. Oh, we don't have a. We really want this. Dang it. Well, let's get rid of all of it then. No, we don't want to do that. Because then we shuffle the... Yeah. We'll stop the shuffle. We could also just do conclude here. This is 48 damage. We're blocking... Oh, we're not even full blocking now because the Wave of the Hand never got down. We could Wave of the Hand and let Like Water apply the weakness. Let's do that. Donu's motivational dance. I often call them the shimmy and shaken shapes. That's my name for Donu and Deca. Drawing here? So we're always playing Protect this turn for block. And then we don't have another way into Alm Stance, but we do have Empty Body, Empty Mind next turn, so maybe we do end up going Eruption if we can proc Pocket Watch. Maybe. I don't know whose dance I like more. Like, if it were me at a party, I wouldn't be dancing to begin with, but I'd probably be more like Dekka, just kind of keeping it chill. A little bob and weave. Like a little, you know, staying in the beat. Both of them are offbeat, though, to the Slay the Spire music. It's kind of... Don't pay too close attention to the music and the pace at which they're dancing. They could be doing some, like, quarantine workouts, though, too. Those are all the rage now. You gotta stay fit while you're stuck inside. Do we have... We do not have weed. Thank you. That helps a lot. Because then we can reach heaven, do something else, and empty mind still. It would be nice to get the pen nib flying sleeves off on Dekka, though. We would have to do that next turn, and if that's the case, well, we can essentially guarantee the empty body draw next turn with the foresight. So maybe we go strike flying sleeves this turn. Okay. So we have 5 energy. 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can just play everything. Never mind, carry on. Don't worry, I got it. I got it. We are in control. Probably. Oh, I think we were meant to, well, no. Just say we were meant to do violence first there, but getting the extra block from Talk to the Hand's pretty good. Pocket watch is so good. Doubt we get the Reach Heaven out this turn. I was really hoping we get the Vigilance coming around. There it is. Alright, we do have Pen Nib here. Pen Nib's weave feels bad too. That's probably correct. Maybe we should have tossed the empty body too. Well, never mind. Turns out we need the block, or maybe the card draw from Empty Mind. Suddenly a problem. Not too bad. Still take 1. Got, what is that, 10? 10 turns of week. We don't need to play Wave of the Hand here. Well, sometimes strike. If we strike Consecrate, that's 2 plated armor off. Nah, it's too slow. I think we're past that already. Pen Nib just lucky. I'll be quite honest, I'm no longer paying attention to what is or isn't being pen nibbed. I mean, very, very, very minimally. Because the rest of this fight's just autopilot. We rarely take damage. If anything, I'd like to stack pen nib for the Act 4 elites. Good. Lesson learned, please. Yes. What? Tragedy. We don't get to stack the pen nib. Yeah, did we even go into Wrath a single time this fight? Just basically been hanging out with our Omniscience like water the entire time. It's not bad. 2 turns? Alright. Oh yeah, that's how we killed Donu. That's right. We bopped Donu pretty good. Alright, our last smith. Probably just an easy talk to the hand for the heart fight. Thank you very much for stopping by again, Mr. Whimsy. We'll catch you next time. We can't do much of anything here. Buy a potion for the Act 4 elites. We'll be getting another one with White Beast statue. I imagine we might end up using our Gambler's Brew if we can't proc the Pocket Watch for turn 2 on that fight. We could learn 2 lessons against the Act 4 elites. That is an idea. Can't speak to how good it is, but that is technically an idea. All right. Hey, the good news? No artifact at all. So we block 25 at most. If we block 25, that's 4 over here. We take 7 total because of Tori. Alternatively, well, no, we really want to get the talk to the hand down. I don't think we ever... Yeah. And we proc Pocket Watch. Okay. That has got to be the play. All right, this is a pretty good turn. We have both Like Water and Vigilance in hand with 2 forms of Scry. And a Miracle if we want it. Not likely. Sometimes. Not likely. Ooh, there's our Wave of the Hand. We can afford it with our Miracle. There we go. 6 turns of weak. And we got a boat thing this turn. Ooh, baby. All coming up Millhouse. So do we want to turn to face the Spire Shield to block 21? I guess is the question, right? So if we apply Talk to the Hand, Crush Joints, and Consecrate, depending on order, we could get away with the +3, +6, 9, 15 additional block. +7 is 22. We have 40 block. We'd end up taking 1 because of Tori. We have Nunchaku. Maybe we get Omniscience in there too, since we can. We could Omniscience include. So this is 7, 8, 9 Omniscience conclude for... Or does that work? No, that doesn't work, does it? If you Omniscience conclude, the second one doesn't go off, right? I think I've only done that once. Have I ever gotten a win streak at 820? What qualifies as a win streak? I have won multiple runs in a row. Does that count? Then yes, I have gotten a win streak. I think my biggest win streak is probably just 3, though. I think I've almost hit for the cycle of full time. So I rotate through the characters. That's just kind of how I play. And I've gotten 3 in a row, but have yet to win on all 4 characters in a row. I think I lost on the defect that time. Or maybe the Watcher. Remember, that was a little while ago. Okay. Pretty sure Omniscience Conclude doesn't work. So I'm not going to do that. Could choose to just Omniscience the Foresight, which isn't very good next turn. But it does stop us from drawing Foresight, which is honestly pretty good on its own. So we are blocking for 37. So we take 1 here because of Tori. I think I'm good with that. All right. Taking quite a lot of damage this turn, though. We do have the Pen Nib. I think we're mostly looking to block. Flying Sleeves does represent quite a lot of block and damage because we have Pen Nib down. So we are going to hang on to that. Ooh. Oh, we're already full blocking. Oh. Pretty nice. Maybe that means we just strike conclude? Yeah, I agree. The wind streaking stuff is really cool if you can swing it. It is exceptionally difficult to get to work, in my opinion. There's a lot of variance that comes into play with the wind streaking stuff. Let's see. Sweet. We are mostly looking for our lesson learned to get off here. Kind of tricky against the Spire shield. All right, let's pull our wave of the hand. Here. 15. Yeah, a lot of runs are like technically winnable if you have, you know, enough advanced knowledge on what's going to happen. To some degree, yes, for sure. Oops. Did my I was looking at pen nib there, not nunchaku. But yeah, I mean the wind streaking stuff, like I said, is cool if you can swing it. I personally don't always do that well with the wind streaks. So we have the kill here, but we don't have... We have a long ways to go for lesson learned. I'm gonna go for it. In most cases, we're blocking enough. Okay. I mean, we never do 99 damage. Outside of like... Okay, we'll give it like the 1 in a million chance to get the eruption here and then somehow get enough scry to get through the night. Eh, you know what? This might be enough. Pen nib coming around eventually? Wait, it's too much? Okay, we got it. We end up using our pen nib, not on the heart, unfortunately, but hey, scry upgrade, or foresight upgrade's pretty good. Anchor is exceptional, almost got the full boat online. Not quite, but almost. And an inner piece is pretty good. We're in calm stance quite a lot. Our draw is just good for us. We'll do that. I like our potions more so than the bottled miracle. So what I would really like for next turn is to be able to proc the orange pellets, and our only way to do that now is with like water. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we do have the Gambler's Brew. Could happen. Thank you, Foresight. Okay, so we do have, well, we technically have the orange pellets here if we want them. We can take them in the form of Omniscience like water, which we want to do anyway, and then Miracle Talk to the Hand. We end up taking quite a lot of damage, but we do have Tori, so it's only ever 15 here. And next turn looks, well, all subsequent turns look a lot better as a result. Not only that, we get Omniscience and Like Water out of the draw pile, so I think that's just the play. This turn does hurt, though. Next turn's good with Captain's Wheel. Oh yeah, Centennial Puzzle. Admittedly, kind of forgot about that. Okay, do I ever care about using the Miracle here to defend some of this? Sometimes. Tori still does the bulk of the blocking, but... Look at that full block. That's a thing of beauty. Okay, I think this shapes up to be a really good turn for us. The only issue that I really see is that... Oh, we have Tranquility in our drop pile. Okay. So how do we swing it then? Because we want to draw these 3 cards, and our only way to do that is with Empty Mind. We also want to play... We have like, so many things to do this turn. Hey, VGD. It's a good little day here. We had a defect run that came a little short, but we've been doing this Watcher run for a while. The issue with this deck is it's woefully slow, and that's where we're at. Well, Cut Through Fate actually guarantees the draw on Tranquility, so we don't actually have to Empty Mind if we don't want to. Use the pen nib on Flying Sleeves, which we could do next turn if we just Lesson Learned plus Conclude here. Ooh, and we have 5 energy too. This is why you gotta love those Talk to the Hands. So good. Probably never do that. Also the weave every turn with Foresight. I love that combination. It's just value. +4 block. Just pure value. So what are we drawing potentially? Some scry mechanics would be good. It does cost us 1 energy. But honestly, we're almost full blocking as it is. Or blocking enough, maybe. For that guy. Well, we do want the Eruption next turn. So if we're using Eruption next turn, we maybe don't want Scrawl. Sometimes we do want Scrawl. We want this, we want this, we want this. Sometimes we don't want Wave of the Hand, but maybe we do just to break the artifact charges so we can get Crush Joints down next time it comes around. So we don't actually need the weakness to apply, right? We just need 2 hits from Wave of the Hand, which means that we should block first. Want that next turn. We never need it this turn, I guess. So do we scrawl here? If we scrawl, we get a Cut Through Fate, we shuffle our deck. Which is sometimes okay. We also don't waste a bunch of energy this turn. I guess we don't need to keep Scrawl in the deck because we have the Gambler's Brew for a bad turn. Ooh. Much, much, much better pen nib too. The Wave of the Hand was a great draw there. We just don't need it again. Say no. We almost hit the damage cap. Well, close-ish. Close-ish to hitting the damage cap. Don't have Eruption coming around again. So I guess that means we finally use our Tranquility. We were unable to pull Vigilance the natural way. Sure. So again, at most, we're taking 15 damage here because of the Tori. Oh, but we pulled the Spirit Shield. So I guess now we can decide if we want to hang on to Through Violence for Eruption, which we almost certainly do. Means maybe we Spirit Shield into Crush Joints here. These are pretty good. Oh, we don't need Vigilance next turn. We can wait till next turn for that. Oh, I wish we had a Bronze Scales. Like a Bronze Scales, just that little bit of chip damage would be enough. Give me Eruption, please. 2 chances? And we're drawing Vigilance, so we just can't do Eruption, most likely. You missed the 1 HP grand finale run? I saved it on YouTube if you want to try to dig it up. I could get you a link in a few minutes here too. So we're kind of stuck between Reach Heaven and Pocket Watch here. I think we want Pocket Watch for the potential Spirit Shield. Spooky. We are no longer in friendly territory with the multi-attack turn and Tori. This is 90 damage coming in. So if we block 465, we're still technically fine. Well, this one, the big yikes. I'm feeling the big yikes. Only we had like a cloak clasp. Some way to, actually I should remath this. If we do 3 defends, we only block for 21 more. So we end up with 9 HP. The alternative is to use our Gambler's Brew for some amount of cards. You can also do Eruption through Violence and then draw through to Inner Peace with Weave as well. Playing attacks here is just a net positive for us since we're gaining 3 block per attack. Especially good on these 0 cost attacks. So if we do Eruption through Violence, we're down to 7 cards. We ditch a lot of this. We have to draw a full 5 with Gambler's Brew. Which I think is fine. Tori. Whenever you would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. The bot is down? So. Oh, it must be. Is it? No, it's there, I think. Yeah, it is 5. Okay, so I think I see the play. It does mean that we don't get our large through Violence that I was hoping for. $12 times 15. Goodness. Oh, we even got Nunchaku. Totally on purpose. Oh. What extent do I agree with the statement, real men do math in their head? Well, it depends on how often you guys recognize that I'm not actually doing math in my head, I guess. Here, let me see if I can show you guys. I have this really good button on my keyboard. I don't know if it's really going to come through, but it's this guy right here. And yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. But when I hit that button, it opens up the Windows calculator. So you'll never even know if I stop to use the calculator, because it's just like a quick 12 times 15 is just that. That was me doing 12 times 15. So fast. So fast. Yeah, dude, it's like the best button ever. I got this Ducky keyboard years ago. I love it. It was when I first kind of got into mechanical keyboards, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm super into mechanical keyboards. I like them, I use them, but I'm not about to go below like $500 making my own custom mechanical keyboard. I don't love them that much. I like them a lot, though. Dude, it's real. It's real. Altagons, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. All right, let's finish this fight. I think we're close to just winning. Brush joints helps a lot there. Pen noob. Blocking for 28 now. So if we don't cut through fate, we only have one other scry mechanic. It's a small problem. Excuse me. If we do cut through fate, then we can get weave off as well. But that's about it. So I guess we do reach heaven to get the through violence in the draw pile. We say ouch. Should have it. The only thing that's keeping us from for sure having it is losing our whatchamacallit, vulnerable. 30 times 15? I can't even count that high. Let me tell you, I did that math in my head. It's 450. You never know. You can never tell anymore. Got him. GG. Let's do a 360 and float on out of the Spire. Whew, that was a good run. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was a fun one. I think the Scry kit kind of came into its own very early on in that run, and the only thing that would have made that just that much better is, one, if we had found the second copy of Weave. That entire run was done with just one copy of Weave, and considering how much of a high impact card it was for us, again, I said it any number of times, having the second copy would have been so good. But also, we gotta scroll down, we had so many cards. Also, getting a Nirvana. So we didn't pick up the Nirvana to really complete the Scry kit. That would have been a good get for us. Nirvana plus a second copy of Weave And also removing some of these cards. I don't normally end with a 35 card deck. That's a pretty big one for me. We had 3 curses in the deck as well, including the Ascender's Bane. Also kind of rare. I don't like taking all these extra curses. But hey, Calling Bell did a lot of work for us. Getting the Torii. White Beast Statue didn't actually do that much for us through Act 3. We ended up hanging on to the same potions for a long time. But yeah, the Coffee Dripper didn't end up biting us at all. That was a good win.